Hi there, Capricorn. Welcome to your Teen RuneScope with me. My name is Amanda. I just wanted to announce a couple of things. Just a quick reminder, the final rune class for Teen will be happening November 2nd through November 7th. And if you're watching this on the October side, you still have a few days to sign up. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It is $. The class is entirely online and it's 6 weeks. And you have until October 29th at 12 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to sign up for that, just drop me a line of email address. It's in the video and below the video in the details section. Also, I'm going to be appearing on an internet radio show talking about the runes. And that's going to be Solar Temple Radio on Blog Talk. And I will be appearing November 11th at 10 p.m. again Eastern time. So you can check it out. Also, it will be posted thereafter. So if you can't catch the broadcast, you can listen to it afterwards. And I will include that link below in the details section. Also, probably with the little info button, just tap that, the little I, and that will take you to that. But let's jump in for Capricorn and see what's going to be shaking. For goats. I want to tell y'all. I want to tell you a lot. I have a lot to say to you. Just a quick reminder, as I always do remind you, these are general readings. So not all messages will apply to you. Those that don't apply to other Capricorns. So just take what you could use and leave the rest. If you want more information, you can also watch the reading for your rising sign, because that will also contain some specific messages for you. If you want a reading with messages that are all about you, just contact me at runescopes4u@gmail.com. That's the number 4 and the letter U. It's also in the video and below the video. Just tap that little arrow beneath this video, tap or click it to open the details section, and everything that I've talked about will be there for you, along with the email address. But I do readings daily, Monday through Thursday anyway, on Skype. They are $5 for 3 minutes. If you want to set up an appointment, just get in touch with me. Now's a good time to do that if you want to beat the January rush. I usually do book up really quickly in January because everybody wants New Year's readings. So if you want to beat that rush, go ahead and get in touch with me this month or next month. There's also a good month to do that. Because we will be looking at this point, readings will mostly be covering. There'll probably be very little about the in-depth teen at this point. But let's jump in here. I'm just kind of trying to gauge what we got on the table here, Capricorn. I am reading from the Witch's Tarot this month by Ellen Cannon Reed and Martin Cannon. Just switching it up a little bit, like I did last month. Your focus seems to be on curbing disruptive communication. And I feel like this is mostly from yourself, Capricorn. Maybe you feel like, I really have something to say, but I'm really trying to not say it because it's not going to be received well, or it's just going to start an argument. Some of you feel like there's no other solution but to stop talking to whoever this person is, or take a break from this person that you've been having issues with. So yeah, I mean, this could be where there's been an argument, or maybe it's been an ongoing kind of disruptive thing that you're arguing about with anyone. Friend, family member, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. And maybe you just decide, I need a break. Some of you decide, I'm done with this completely. But I think that you'd be feeling more introspective for at least, regarding one particular relationship, Capricorn. So you'd be kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to step away from this. I can't talk about this subject, or I can't deal with this person right now. Because I feel like for most of you, this is someone you've known for a long time, because with the Ace of Swords in reverse, that's indicating that there's no new approach or no new way to handle this situation. But now a lot of this is going on in your mind. So it's like, what can I say to this person that won't cause an argument, or that will get a point across? And there's really no way, because this person is either very sensitive about the subject, or maybe they take everything that you say as a criticism, or just in a very negative way. So there will be a little bit of disruption around, or maybe there was an over and you're just like, I'm stepping away from this. I can't deal with this right now. Now, for some of you, this is somebody who, I feel like for a lot of you, this is a family member because we have Ursula coming up in the reverse. So that indicates disruption around family, delays, frustrations around family. And for many of you, it may have something to do with a masculine energy. It does not have to be a man, but this room normally is Urus. And in the reverse, it's somebody who is lazy. That's the best way I can say it. Maybe not lazy in the sense of not working. There are a lot of different ways we can be lazy. So this person may not be lazy as far as working, but maybe lazy as far as relationships, particularly family relationships, particularly helping out with someone who needs it, like older relatives that need help. This person has disassociated themselves from that, and in so doing has put the burden on everyone else. That's one way this can work. Perhaps this was somebody who was very impetuous. They make decisions without thinking things through, and they're bad decisions, particularly when it comes to property or financial things, or they're just very rash. There's a lot of fire energy associated with Urus. With the Five of Cups, though, in the reverse, I feel like this situation should be turning around for the better, because the Five of Cups in the upright talks about loss and regret and kind of crying over spilt milk. But the Five of Cups in reverse indicates to me, Capricorn, is like you're not going to listen to this person's moaning and groaning anymore. You're sick of it. You're fed up. It's kind of like you've made your own bed. Or, you've made your own bed and, I'm sorry that this is happening for you, but this is kind of what happens when you do these things or don't do these things so, I mean, there's this, I feel like for many of you, Capricorn, this is going on with someone else though. And so maybe this is something you hear about at Thanksgiving. We do have Thanksgiving here in the States. You hear about this from a family member. If you live elsewhere and you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, it could just be a family situation that crops up and you hear about it from a parent or, maybe someone else, your brother or a sibling is supposed to go check in on your parents or on your mom or your dad, and they don't. And then, you get upset about this because it always has to be you. Capricorn, these energies, depending on which Capricorn you are, as I said, not all messages will apply to you. Maybe somebody's saying this to you, you're not taking your responsibility in this. I get that you don't get along best with this person, but we all have to pull together and do what we can. So, I mean, it can work both ways. But I feel like for most of you, Capricorn, you're normally the responsible one. Eek. So, I mean, it may be that, I feel like for most of you, it's you telling someone else, look, you should have been there for this person, or you should have done more, or you should do more. You need to step up to the plate. Just because it's inconvenient for you, do you think it's convenient for me? I just see a lot of that going on. And maybe you're trying to frame it. Again, I'm trying to figure out how to say this in the best possible way, but I can't. Now, this does not have to be family. This could be also in a work situation with a coworker who's not pulling their weight, or an employee, somebody who is supposed to be, who is being lazy in the literal sense. But with the cups here, that's normally emotions and things that affect us in an emotional way rather than in a financial way. So now the help that's going to be available to you with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse in that situation. So, and we also have Menace in reverse. Now, some of you may not be dealing with this person directly, but you may be getting gossip or hearing things about this person and kind of trickle down to you what's really going on with this person. Or this could be someone else, but it's almost like with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, somebody is dealing with, their situation financially is not, or otherwise, it's not as secure as, maybe they've been letting on. There could be a sense of, someone is having to, maybe they lost a job, or because, anytime the pentacles are reversed, that can indicate a financial loss of some sort, or particularly with the 9, it could have something to do with the home. So maybe someone is, they've been working on a home and they're out of money. But because this is coming up as a help to you, Capricorn, I don't feel this is you. This is someone who needs to get out of a negative situation, or who needs to, needs to remove themselves from a situation. And maybe they have. Maybe that's what this disruption is. You've heard that someone has left a situation. They are getting a divorce. They're separating. They are breaking up, or things are not good in a relationship that was bad to start with. So, and this is karmic because you have Yera here. So there's going to be an evening, a balancing out karmically. This also has to do with legalities. So there could be news coming about someone who was waiting on a settlement, or who was trying to unfairly get a settlement, does not get it. And if you're the one on the other side of this, I think you're going to be happy about that, Capricorn, because the opposing argument is not working. Now, what can't be changed is that with the Moon card in reverse, you also have Pedro in reverse. You're not going to have all the information. That's why I feel like a lot of this, is mental. You're getting information, you're hearing that something disruptive is going on with someone, but you're not real sure if the information you're getting is reliable, or, if it's accurate, or maybe the source you get it from is kind of, suspect. But with Pedro here, that indicates that you are going to have a strong intuition about sifting through that information. And the truth is, you've got Wunyo, so you've got joy here as what can't be changed for her. So whatever is hidden, or whatever is illusion, you're going to feel intuitively the pull towards the correct information, and it's going to make you happy that there's progress, and the Moon card also talks about people who are, it can talk about mental illness, frankly. I mean, it can talk about somebody who has a disorder, who has, some kind of diagnosed mental issue that they are dealing with. So maybe this is somebody that is finally getting help for this, getting assistance, and that's what makes you happy. They're finally addressing this. This can also be drug addiction, or an addiction to substances. Capricorn, if you have struggled with that, or any kind of mental issues, anxiety, that sort of thing, I feel like you're going to be making progress. You're going to see that you maybe no longer need certain things. If you've had addictions or things like that, and you decide, I don't need this, you take steps to move forward with that and let some things go. I feel like there's a cleanse going on in Capricorn for many of you. And you're purging and cleansing your life of things that no longer serve you. And for some of you, someone close to you is doing that, but it's going to affect you in a very positive way. You're going to be very happy for that person and happy to help. So maybe, in that case, maybe this person is not being supportive of someone in the family who's trying to make progress. And this person who's not being supportive, you get a little miffed at them, and rightly so. It's like, hey, maybe they're saying, oh, we've heard this before. This person's not going to get help for this, or they're not going to, and you are like, well, can we at least give them a shot? So you're kind of trying to be the, more positive thinker here. Now the outcome, there are shifts and changes happening for sure. Some of you will be moving in, or you'll be thinking about moving or planning some travel, because this rune can also have to do with travel. Now you do have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, I feel like many of you are kind of, this has to do with job, and you're kind of thinking about next year. Because I have the rune of, you've got goals, but you're delaying it for right now. So some of you be thinking about next year, and you know what, I really want to go a different direction with career, or maybe I want to go back to school, or I really want to look for a new job. I'm really tired of this place. I really want to work somewhere where people actually collaborate and there's a real partnership and everybody pulls their weight. And I don't have to constantly pick up other people's slack. So yeah, some of you are thinking of leaving a partnership, business or otherwise. But because this is Pentacles, for many of you, it may be a partnership that's just no longer working. Maybe you want to bring in someone else who actually is present, is there. Maybe this person that was coming up earlier was your soon-to-be ex-business partner. And you just need somebody who's more on it, who's more willing to show up or to do what's necessary to keep things afloat so that you don't have to do it all. Because with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you have a partner, but really you're the one doing all the work. The other partner is not, or your coworkers, or, the other people aren't pulling their weight, and you're just done with that. You're like, I'm ready to move forward in a situation where everybody knows their responsibilities, and not only that, but they do them. They don't just expect me to do it. Another way, Capricorn, to make that happen is to stop doing other people's work. If it's not your job, don't do it. Because it's kind of like once you do it, it becomes expected not only by the person whose slack you're picking up, but probably by the boss. Bosses usually don't care. They're just like, as long as it gets done, they don't care who's having to work overtime or who's having to come in on their day off or whatever. But the number one way to kind of, let people know who's been picking up the slack is to stop picking up the slack. Don't do other people's work. Unless it's your company and you own it, and you've had to lay someone off and you're having to take on that responsibility. No, if you work for someone else and it's not your job description, it ends. Stop doing it. But no, many of you are going to be thinking about moving forward and what direction you want to go. And this rune, it says that you have your, this is a reasonable target. This is a goal you can achieve for sure. It may not be time to move ahead, but you will know when it is. And it's probably going to be next year, because at this point we're heading towards the end of this year. And particularly with work, there's probably just going to be a lot more opportunities available at the start of next year. So if you want to take a look at that, definitely get in touch with me. Like I said, we can go ahead and do a reading for you and check out, the first part, 15 at least, and see how that's going to play out for you. So Capricorn, good luck with her, and I'll see you back here in December.